looking good.
You're looking great. This is a wonderful outfit.
Thank you, thank you. And so is that.
Thank you.
It's the first time I've ever seen you except backstage. We always meet backstage.
This is true. Yeah,
yes.
You saw me actually, I don't know if you remember, about 3 years ago.
On the side, I snuck in.
I was wearing shorts at the time.
Yes.
And you made a remark later, something like, Wham, hey, those boys are so fat they eat on stage.
Oh, I did not say
did,
that.
but
No,
I laughed.
No, I was with Boy George, and Boy George probably said that. I didn't say that.
Very probable.
Because we were standing on the side watching you, and you were so cute.
It was a good joke. It was a good joke.
Yeah, I wouldn't say. Do you have weight problem?
No, not really. I mean, when I was younger, I had weight problems. Now I just have the normal weight problem. I just stuff my face once in a while.
I know. Because you have to be thin now.
Well, you know, the camera's put on, what is it, 7 or 8 pounds or something. You have no problem.
Oh, no.
You're beautifully slim.
Oh, sure. Oh, beautifully slim. Puff, 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 puff. The British press call me anorexic. They are so vicious, the British press.
Yeah, we have easily the worst press in the whole world. I don't really understand why they do it. And over here, people, well, the press seem to kind of take pride in their stars. Over in England, they just want to tear us apart.
Oh, everybody. What's the worst thing they've ever said about you over there?
The worst was actually the worst. I'm suing for the first time at the moment. Yeah, the worst was about 2 weeks ago. The headline, and this, by the way, was the day after the Reykjavik meeting, and also the day after the Queen's first trip to China, both of which you would have thought would be front page news. The front page of the Sun the day after those two events was Wham's George in booze shame, and then it said underneath, he is sick all over blonde at a nightclub. All of which was totally untrue.
She wasn't blonde?
She wasn't blonde. No, it was just...
Any truth anywhere? Like, did you go to a nightclub at least?
I went to a nightclub the night before, but basically absolutely nothing happened. They made out that I was drunk. I wasn't drunk. I left the place. I walked in and walked out again because I found out it was a private party. And they said that I was drunk, that I was shouted at people, swore at people, and then was sick over this poor girl. The girl mysteriously disappeared, of course. Of course.
Now, what are you going to get by suing? Seriously, what are you going to win by suing? Isn't it almost like a no-win situation?
Well, basically, the piece is so libelous that there could be quite substantial damages gained. But obviously, I don't need the money, that kind of money, so that money would go to charity, which would be a great thing.
Which is very nice.
I just believe that the British press is getting so out of hand at the moment, and I think that if they're going to... I mean, we have freedom of speech, which is a fantastic thing, but I think if people are going to be allowed the privilege of lying, then they should at least have to put their hands in their pockets to do so, you know.
Because that's where it hurts. Now, you say you were out with a girl. Who you got? I fixed you up with...
Miss Shields.
Brooke Shields, yes.
Shields, yeah.
And it didn't take. I was so... Because I saw me already giving the wedding, crying, being the first to say they have an announcement, rockabye baby, and it just... You just didn't get along, huh?
Oh, we got along fine. I think there are certain problems involved in famous relationships, if you'd like to call it that. You know, really, Brooke is one of the sweetest people I've ever met.
I agree.
She's definitely... I mean, she's the most beautiful girl I've ever seen in my life.
Excuse me?
I might get in trouble for that one. I might get in trouble for that one.
Obviously, you've never met my daughter, Melissa. In her own way, equally sensual. Go ahead.
Well, Brooke and I, in the position that we were, I'll put that differently, actually.
No, too famous.
Brooke and I are both in public view, let's say, and there was only one occasion when we went out together, and basically people and the press just acted like pigs. You know, it was really, that was a lot to do with what happened, but. Basically, I mean, she's the sweetest girl, and I would never say anything other than it's the most flattering compliment I've ever received.
What do you find difference between American girls? I usually ask this of women, but I've never asked it of men. Do you find a major difference between American girls and English women, or English girls?
I'd say that it's kind of 50-50 because, to be honest, I have to say that American women are a lot more attractive physically. Physically, there's a lot more attention. Women pay a lot more attention to themselves over here, and obviously they're a lot more well-groomed and definitely more healthy simply because the climate is better. Yeah. But I find it easier to get on with English women mentally, simply because I'm an English person and we have similar attitudes. So it's kind of 50-50.
Have you ever dated a fan, a straight out-and-out fan?
There was one date where I didn't realise until the end of the date that she was a straight out. I also didn't realise she was only 16 years old.
Oh, sure. Tell that to the judge. Oh, sure.
But that was a long time ago. I've learned by my mistakes.
Do fans annoy you? I mean, you're such a superstar. Can you go? We pulled in this afternoon. There was a whole group of girls already waiting. I knew they weren't waiting for me, you know. I hope they were. Hello, Joe. But I hope that, you know. Do the girls constantly? Let me give you a different question. What's the most outrageous thing a fan has ever done for you? With you?
Outrageous.
Yeah.
Basically, I think the most outrageous or the most frightening thing was once when a girl, well, she wasn't really a girl, she was almost 30 years old, this woman, sorry,
Just keep talking. It's live. You can't stop while I break.
I was unfortunate enough to meet a young lady who managed to creep her way backstage. It was actually on the night that you were at the concert that 3 years ago. Yeah, the one with the eating on stage and everything.
Right.
It was. What happened was the girl managed to get backstage. She got past security, and she actually got into Andrew's mother's car. Under the pretense of being with someone else that was in the car, and she got to a private party of ours. And then I arrived at the private party, and I was just getting a drink at the bar. I turned around, and suddenly this girl just lunged at me. She was a girl. I've decided she was a girl now.
Yes. Thank you.
She lunged at me and tried to stick her tongue down my throat, basically.
And about 10 minutes later, you said, "This is just silly." What? You know, I see since I first met you 3 years ago, you've been so famous. I've never known you except as a famous person. I never thought about it before, but obviously you weren't always. I mean, where did you start out? Was it a hard road to begin? Was it easy?
No, to be honest, Andrew and I were very, very lucky. It was we were only 9 months out of school when we had our first English top 3 record, so it really wasn't the hard slog. But in terms of the time before that, I mean, I did lots of other things before. I mean, I worked on a building site, and I washed dishes, and I worked as a DJ, worked in a stock room, worked at a cinema. I've done lots of things, all very glamorous.
Yes, DJ was... Who were your favourite groups in those days?
Favourite groups?
When you were a DJ?
When I was a DJ, I think it was an awful lot. It was just mainly American black music I was really into then.
Yeah, because you feel that influence even now.
Well, I've always had that influence, really, yeah.
Oh, you're so good. I'm so glad you came, but we have to do a commercial. We'll be right back, but... When you say Carol Shelby's original Texas brand chili mix, you've said a mouthful. We'll be right back with Rita Moreno, Susan Summers, and Tom Criner.